Hi, today is Wednesday, December 2nd, and I'm going to be reading Daniel 3.
Daniel 3. All right. Catherine, you don't want to play with your stickers?
Where's your horsey?
Yes, where is your horsey?
On my horse.
Don't play with the horsey.
No.
The image of gold. I was going to say God. I'm like, nope, gold.
Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits and its width 6 cubits. He set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the officials and the governors and the captains, the judges and the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the officials, the governors and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together to the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O peoples, nations, and languages, that at the time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all the kinds of music, you shall fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall in that same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace." Therefore, at the time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the peoples and nations and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up, the fiery furnace. Therefore, at the time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spoke and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "O king, live forever. You, O king, have made a decree that every man who hears the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoever does not fall down and worship should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded you. They do not serve your gods or worship the golden image which you have set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be brought. And they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spoke and said to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if you are ready at the time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, to fall down and worship the image which I have made, very well. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is the God that can deliver you out of my hands?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to give you an answer in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if he does not be known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods, nor worship the golden image which you have set up." Protection in the fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and the form of the visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spoke and commanded them that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it usually was heated. He commanded the most mighty men in the army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their trousers, their coats, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spoke and said to his counselors, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire?" They answered and said to the king, "True, O king." He answered and said, "But I see 4 men loose and walking in the midst of the fire, and they are unharmed. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of Man."
Son of God.
Son of God. Nebuchadnezzar praises God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spoke and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you servants of the Most High God, come out and come here. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the midst of the fire. The officials, governors, captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed. Neither was their coats changed, nor had the smell of fire even come upon them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spoke and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants who trusted in him. They have defied the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they may not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nations, and people which speak against anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut into pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God who can deliver it this way. Deliver it in this way. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Then they got promoted. Wow. That is a really, really good chapter. Yes.
Pretty much
The whole chapter?
from 19 to the end.
Yeah, but one that's really
Yes.
good is 25. He answered and said, When I see 4 men loose and walking in the midst of the fire, and they are unharmed, and the form of the fourth is like the sun.
I know, right?
And the
Yeah, I'm
other
still
one
getting
that's
there.
important is
I'm still
Shadrach,
highlighting.
Meshach, and Abednego, you servants of the Most High God, come out and come here, which is 26.
Mm.
It's only half of it.
It reminds me of the song There's Another in the Fire. All right. But do you see the risk that they had to take? They were willing to die for God. And in that risk, it's in the risk that the supernatural shows up. All right. Bye. Have a great day.